When you've been wearing chains for this long, you become scared of taking them off. Resigned to the certainty of this darkness, the uncertainty of the light becomes daunting. My traumas are always haunting, lurking like ghosts to remind me of my failures. My sacred temple has been infiltrated by strangers too familiar to call strangers. No one has ever understood how much I shatter behind closed doors, so I decided to put it into words. My eyesight has been distorted, my legs have been fractured, my heart punctured, and my arms torn apart by ruthless loved ones. The lungs I call my own have shards of glass from a broken home. I feel like I've been stabbed repeatedly, broken into like a burglary, stripped of my individuality. I feel like the only solution is surgery. Maybe I'm on the brink of insanity. My therapist told me the key is vulnerability. So while I pour out my secrets, I hope this poem reaches and unlocks something in all of your hearts. I used to be afraid of the dark, but it's about balance, right? So as long as I've got my flashlight, I'll be safe at night. The silence is unbearably loud, my thoughts scream and shout until the truth finally slips out. I think everything is my fault without a doubt, and now I'm thinking out loud. This is Bianca Irene apologizing to the 7-year-old me that never said anything. I have a tendency of seeing myself as a statistic, just another name, just another number on some pervert's hit list, or as another number on someone's body count, another memory I could definitely do without. You're number 14, but number 1 if you were to ask me. I was challenged to write to myself because I'm always talking about how I was hurt by someone else. I stopped wearing brand name clothes. I don't want my skin to be hidden under someone else's success. Wearing the names on the back of my neck, I can feel the letters burn through my skin. Trying to shatter the strength I have within, I started stitching my own clothing. Now no one can have power over my body or claim me as their property. I buy my own fabric so no one can decide what I'm made of. No one can strip me down to what they need me to be for their pleasure. See, I cannot be bought. I cannot be sold. I cannot be worn. I cannot be used. I cannot become wrinkled from abuse. I am not your high school Letterman jacket with holes between the fabric where you'd stick your fingers when your soul feels cold. I cannot be your icebox or your black box when your plane comes plummeting down. I'm the only record book that knows why you crashed. I cannot be your journal that you use for flashbacks. I have flashbacks. I cannot have flashbacks. I'm sorry. I learned in psychology that half of the brain is programmed to see faces, but that doesn't explain why yours hides in all places. It's usually when I have my eyes closed that yours takes control and I begin to hide behind what you taught me. I put on my disguise and pretend that I'm fine, but I'm no more okay than those girls used for trade. This is inhumane. I can't believe I was able to live this way. 17 years brainwashed beneath complex personalities. I fell in love with duality until I started ripping the tags off of my sweaters. I decided I could be something better than the words you've smudged across my paper. I am not sexy. I am not hot. I am not your girlfriend for the day. I am not your intern. I am not your side chick. I am not your sidekick. I am not your object. I am not your science project. I am not your cousin. I am not your blood. I am my own being and you have no control over me. Bianca, please listen to me. Please stop reminiscing on what used to be. You no longer have to continue saying you're sorry. I've forgiven you. You found yourself in all the clues I've left hidden for you. You keep your words wrapped in bullets like messages in bottles. Take your foot off the throttle. Put down your gun. You no longer have to run. On New Year's night, I spent some time staring out at the New York skyline. I remembered how much 2015 tried to beat me to the dirt. I thought my life was a curse, but then I understood. I am the whole tree. I don't need anyone to complete me. My entire being roots into this earth. My heart is the planet's seed. The elements will try to defy me, but there is no force strong enough to defeat me. Like branches, my words extend to the masses just by the way my body sways. It tells a story about me. My fruits contain their nectar so sweet they'll give you a cavity. See, there is art in everything. All one has to do is observe and listen. Understand the world they live in. I aspire to be the change that this world needs. So I say to you, Bianca Irene, always keep that spark in your heart that sets your soul aflame. Push through every obstacle. Know when to walk away. Know when to walk away. Know when to walk away. Turn your dreams into your reality. Follow your heart. Don't let others take advantage of you. Demand respect. Self-manifest. And most importantly, be yourself and not what everyone else expects. Thank you.